Okay, so let's welcome to personal finance. Now, with this lesson, I'm going to go over a few things. Let me share with you the objective. Make this bigger. So we're gonna go over some basic concepts, some basic vocabulary words that I expect you to know, and then after that, we will do very simple calculations. That these calculations are basically the heart of personal finance. I mean, they're really simple, but if you do not know them, it will be harder to know other types of calculations. And I'll show you how to do that through this video. All right, so let's get right into it. First, in capital. When we talk about capital, what do we mean? Capital is one of those words that I feel like it gets thrown around in personal finance classes in high school a lot, and students still do not come out knowing what it means. So on the screen, I have a definition that I got from Google, but in general, it's basically the money that you use to start or expand a business. That is capital, the money that you use personally to start a business or to expand it. Google says financial assets needed for a business. So basically, they're saying that it doesn't really have to be money, financial assets needed for a business to produce the goods and or services it offers to its consumers. Capital is necessary for a business to maintain its operations. Again, so by necessary meaning that the first things you need to do at first, like pay your workers, pay the light bill, pay all these new things, buy the location for your business. That's what capital does for a new business. So this is why you need capital. This is why it's necessary. So three terms here: sole proprietorship. If I didn't pronounce that right, forgive me. Profit and personal liable. So if you are the only one that owns this business, then you are the sole proprietorship of it. You own it. There's nobody else. You own it by yourself. You can hire people to work for you, but these people are not owners. You are the owner of it. So now you are responsible for everything, all the expenses, including like all the labor work, like the light bills, the store, everything that comes with what you need to do in the business, things that you need to pay for. You are responsible for that. But guess what? You're also responsible for whenever there is a profit left, you get the profit. You get it. You get everything left after you've paid all your expenses, all the costs to do things that you need to do. Pay your workers. Pay servers. Pay your marketers. Anything that is left, that is your profit. That's what you get. Now, in addition to getting all the profit, if anything goes wrong, let's say you do not make a profit and instead you lost money, you are personally liable for that. That's for that. You are personally liable for that. It is on you. Everything is on you. You're responsible for that, and that's what that means right here. You're personally liable. Let me mark that here with you. Let me show you. Personally, it's all you. You are responsible for that. All right, so let's move on. Corporations, shares of stock, shareholders, and limited liability. Now, a corporation is a business organization that can be owned by one person or a group of persons. Again, I'm going to say that again. A corporation like Google, Intel, Microsoft, things that you see over there, HP, Xerox, Yahoo, Facebook, Instagram, IBM, Dell. These are all corporations, big corporations. They're owned by a group of people. Now, each person that invests money in this corporation, they receive something called shares of stock. Now, again, let me say it again. A corporation is owned by a group of people. Google is owned by, two people. But anyone that invests in this corporation receives the thing that is known as shares of the stock in the corporation. Now, the owners, these people that receive shares of the stock, they themselves are called shareholders. So the people that receive the shares of the stock, they themselves are called shareholders. Now, to prove that you're a shareholder, you're given something called stock certificate. That's what I have. That's the picture on the right here. So to prove that you are a shareholder, you're giving something called a share certificate, to show that you own part of the business. Now, so share. Now, the thing with this is that unlike partnership, shareholders, their liability is limited. By that, you are responsible for what the money you put in, basically. So you cannot lose more than the value of your share. So if the business crash, that's the amount that you lose. That's the point of it. So you cannot lose more than the value that you put in. So that's the meaning of limited liability. So let's see what the next one is. Public corporation. Now, before even before I talk about public corporation, when a corporation is private, that means you cannot just go on Google and find out how much the share costs. You can't say, "Hey Google, how much is the so and so cost to buy a share?" Google doesn't know, because that information is only to a certain type, to a small group of people that the owners want to know. Now, when anyone can purchase a stock in a corporation, this corporation is called a public corporation, because anyone, you and me, we can all do this. We can all buy a share in it, and we can all get a share certificate. That corporation is known as a public corporation. Some examples of public corporation: Nike, McDonald's, Xerox, Apple, airline, public transit. These are examples of public corporation. Now, before I move on to the next one, which we're going to do some questions. If you have any comments you want to add to this, again, this is just the first phase of personal finance, financial algebra 101. Leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe. In the next video, I'm going to take a stab at these two questions. I'm going to show you how to solve it. Thank you.